Hey, so I just want to make a quick video talking about Andor, because in the last video I said I'm starting to enjoy it a lot more. I am, but at the same time, I went back and watched a couple of the prequel movies and one original movie, just to remind myself about how Star Wars actually does feel to watch, just to remind myself of how Star Wars is meant to feel and how it used to feel when you watch it. It has a certain feeling when you watch it, a certain theme, it gives you certain emotions, you know, and it does feel like a whole other world, unlike any other show or series you've watched. That's what Star Wars is. Nothing's really earthly at all, apart from the fact that there's humans in it. So, you know, going back and watching them George Lucas films, I've got to say, Andor does not feel like Star Wars whatsoever. You know, it kind of brainwashed me. You know, Disney's brainwashed me over time to think that, you know, their products are somewhat Star Wars. They're really not, man. Of course, the sequels feel like Star Wars, look like Star Wars because they use the music and everything, but the story's bad, and it's nothing like the George Lucas Star Wars because it don't have any care put into it. You know, we've talked about that, so we don't need to talk about it again. But Andor, you know, it's well written. You know, it could be any show. It's only getting viewed because it has Star Wars on it. It's a generic, well-written show, and it just doesn't feel like Star Wars, honestly. You don't have the theme. Or go back and watch the prequels and then watch Andor. They do not feel anything alike. If you don't like the prequels, then you're probably gonna like Andor a lot more. But either way, they're nothing like the George Lucas movies, and I just had to remind myself that it's nothing like Star Wars, so I need to stop rating it as high as I think it is at the time when I'm watching it, just because I'm trying to accept it. I'm trying to look at it like it's Star Wars, but really it's not. It's cyberpunk. It's anything sci-fi. It's just any generic sci-fi movie with a Star Wars tag on it, which just doesn't work for me. And it's not Star Wars, and I'm not going to lower my standards to accept it and like it as much as the prequels or the originals, just because it has the Star Wars name, and we went so long without a good Star Wars product. And when we've had Mando, that does feel like Star Wars. That's a great story. I love Mando, and of course the Clone Wars is amazing, but that started when George Lucas still owned Star Wars, so I can't really count that. To be honest, Clone Wars is in the same boat as the prequels and the originals. That's main Star Wars to me, and to everyone else, I'm pretty sure, along with the Rebels. But the sequels, Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, I don't know how he messed them up, and Andor, and of course the sequels, it's just annoying. I'm not just going to settle and accept any show as something really good for Star Wars just because it's better than the last 3 projects that they've done. I'm just not going to do that. Then they nearly brainwashed me. I was like, you know, Andor is better than Obi-Wan and Boba Fett, but what is that really saying? It's not saying a lot, you know. They're just bad shows with great actors in it. It just doesn't have the care put into it. They just hire any director. You can't just hire any director to direct a Star Wars movie just because you like them as a person. That's how Disney goes about it. You can just tell by their directing decisions. They don't really care. You know, I like you and you're somewhat of a good director. I'm just gonna allow you to direct a whole Star Wars movie or a Star Wars episode or series. It's insane. The care you can just see is not there, and I'm not gonna accept any less. I like the Andor show. It's enjoyable. It's as good as Disney can do, clearly. So yeah, I do like it, but I'm not gonna get brainwashed and allow myself to think that it's up to Star Wars standards that we're all used to, because it's not. Anyway, I just wanted to say that I do still really enjoy it. I'm not going back on everything I said, but at the same time, I'm just coming to the realization again and just reminding myself it's not actual Star Wars. It does not even feel like Star Wars. Just because there's a TIE fighter flying past you every now and then, you know, I'm just not going to accept it. So yeah, it is what it is. What do you think about that though? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Tell me why I'm wrong. You know, I don't mind. I like to hear different opinions, so let me know, and I'll see you on the next one.
Master Windu.
You are under arrest, Chancellor.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
The Senate will decide your fate.
I am the Senate.
Not yet.
Here. Oh.
Anakin. The Jedi are taking over!
I am going to end this once and for all.
No. I have the power to save the one you love.
I need him! What have I done?
Learn to use the dark side of the Force.
I will do whatever you ask.
Henceforth, you shall be known as Darth Vader.